I didn't grow up in a racing family. I didn't start karting when I was 6. I was just another degenerate car kid. I grew up on Fast and the Furious. I loved Hot Wheels, and Top Gear was my Bible. I was fascinated by lowriders, and I'm pretty sure I thought underglow gave me horsepower. If I look back, I kind of feel like a character in my own movie. I went from being a kid who fantasized drifting an old beat-up car to someone who found real purpose and meaning behind the wheel. Someone who built a life around racing. Someone who wants to compete, learn about engineering, and really understand the chaos that is motorsport. Not everyone is born into racing. Some of us start off as fanboys, daydreamers, or movie-inspired wannabes. That's the beauty of motorsport. Anyone can find their way in, find their own path. My name's Aaron. This is Full Octane Creations, where we give you guys that motorsport good. And this is how I got into motorsport. At some point, the fantasy wasn't cutting it anymore. I didn't just want to watch people build cars or live through the same really cool car movies that were coming out. I wanted to learn. I wanted to feel like I belonged in the car community. I didn't watch YouTube to become a racer or race car driver. I watched it to learn about cars in the car community. I didn't have a cool car. I didn't have money to modify it. So to me, I felt like speaking the language was my only way of feeling accepted. Like most car kids, I watched Top Gear and I watched Engineering Explained to really make sure I knew and understood what I was talking about. I watched people like TJ Hunt, Dustin Williams to get to know the car scene and car culture. Now, I thought I was studying cars to feel accepted, but along the way, I discovered something a little bit deeper. Something that was really going to change my life. Sometimes you chase the feeling to be accepted, to belong, but you end up finding your purpose instead. I still remember when I first saw the car. I felt like Sean in Tokyo Drift. In a world where we didn't belong yet, everyone knew the rules, everyone spoke the language, but it was the cars. It was the cars that pulled us in. For Sean, it was Tokyo and the Japanese drift scene. For me, it was college and Formula SAE. For anyone unfamiliar with Formula SAE, aka FSAE, it's a collegiate motorsport racing program where students design and build a Formula-style race car. Every part is designed and built by the students, every lap is earned. Now, in the presence of this race team, I was completely out of my element. But I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to prove that I deserved to be there. I was just a car kid trying to get accepted into the car community all over again. FSAE wasn't just a club. It's the first place where passion met discipline, where speed had purpose. It's where I realized motorsport wasn't about showing off. It was about winning and earning every lap. Ooh, we're getting amped. We're getting pumped. Oh, I just get pumped thinking about it. We love motorsports, baby. Now, I didn't fall in love with it because it looked cool. Well, not completely. I fell in love with it because it demanded more of me. It was the passion and the culture and the pursuit to win. It was addicting. This is the moment that the degenerate car kid realizes that motorsport is its own world. It's completely different. Boy meets world, degenerate car kid meets motorsport. That was good. Oh, goosebumps. Oh, baby, we're getting good. It's getting juicy now. Let's go. FSAE taught me a lot about motorsport, but it did not prepare me for what was next. I wanted to become a better driver. Now, building a race car versus driving one, whole other ballgame. To me, it was clear. The next step was autocross. Cheap, accessible, no excuses. So after college, I had a big boy job, I bought myself a BRZ, and not even a month later, I showed up to my first autocross. I still had my paper plates from the dealer on the car, because I mean business. At first, autocross was just a hobby, a way for me to stay connected to motorsports after college. No pressure, no expectations. Lo and behold, I was still out of my element all over again. I had so much I needed to learn to become a better driver. Now every weekend, I showed up, I drove hard, I learned more, and I came back the next weekend and did it all over again. Somewhere along the way, the hunger kicked in. I wanted to be better. I wanted to be smoother. I wanted to be faster. Before I realized it, weekends revolved around racing. My life was now revolved around autocross. And then it happened. It was the end of the season, and I was competing for a championship in my novice class. And that's when I realized it wasn't a hobby anymore. It was my new lifestyle. Autocross showed me that I could compete, and once I tasted that, I wanted more. Winning showed me that I belonged, but the track showed me how far I still had to go. Now, autocross was all fun and games, but it was time to move on to an actual racetrack, actual road courses. It was time to give high-performance driver education a shot. My first track session was pure nerves, completely different animal. I had so much that I needed to learn. I wasn't thinking about lap times, I was thinking about not making mistakes, learning the track, making sure that I could survive the session. I had a lot to learn, but instead of discouraging me, it really fueled my passion and lit a fire in me. This is where I wanted to be, this is where I needed to be. I had another phase of rediscovery all over again within the motorsports world. The next time I showed up on track, I was motivated to be better, to be faster. I wanted to take the next steps to becoming great. By the end of the weekend, I wasn't just another novice. I was the one people were talking about. Hey, that novice, he's fast. It was my reassurance and validation that I had potential. This is where I needed to be. And that's when it came together. I earned my solo license. I proved to myself, I proved to others that I wasn't just another novice anymore. I belonged on track and I had the potential to be better. I was ready to compete and I was ready to chase something way bigger than myself. Now my sights shifted to time trials and time attack and earning my license so that way I can compete at a higher level. Stepping up meant commitment, and sometimes commitment has its own price.
Gotta commit! You okay?
Motorsports isn't just a straight line. Sometimes it's dealing with budget stress, broken parts, imposter syndrome, or the fear that you're just not cut out for it. But in reality, every setback is just a part of the journey. Confidence is always easy when you're winning or things are going your way. But when I decided to take motorsports really seriously, it really decided to push back. Parts broke, systems failed, and small problems turned into late nights and an empty wallet. It got to a point where every track session brought the question of, is my car even gonna make it home? Motorsports isn't just paid for in money, it's paid for in sleep, time, and sacrifice. There were months where the budget said no, but my goals and aspirations said, figure it out. And then there came the doubt. Standing in the paddock next to faster drivers, nicer cars, big trailers, a lot of experience, sometimes really had me asking myself, do I have what it takes? Should I actually be here? Was I actually good? Or was I just getting really lucky? Is this just a phase, or was this not something that was in my cards anymore? But it all boiled down to one simple question. How bad do you want it? Walking away would have been easy, but that's not the point. Nothing good in life ever comes easy. Ooh, that's good. We went off script for that one. Yeah, that's staying in. Ooh, I'm keeping that one. Looking back, that degenerate car kid would not believe where I am now. Competing in time attack, placing at events, building a race car, documenting the whole journey, and living a life that revolves around racing. I kept on showing up, fixing what broke, and learning what I didn't know. No shortcuts, no excuses. Driving on the track came with a lot of challenges, but I was ready for them. For example, driving in the rain for the first time. No grip, a lot of unknowns, and a lot of risk, but that wasn't going to stop me. It forced me to trust myself, to adapt, to control everything that was going on. That weekend, I learned something. My confidence to adapt and overcome any challenge that came my way. That was the turning point, where I knew that this road ahead of me wasn't going to be easy, but I was ready to take that on. It gave me the confidence to go and get my time trial license. And once I got it, I knew this was the next step into competing at a higher level. Another step towards some of the big goals and aspirations that I had in motorsport. I was finally doing something that degenerate car kid only dreamed I would be able to do. And the dreams don't stop there. I entered my first time attack, and with the odds stacked up against me, I managed to get second place, a podium in my first race. That's what I call a dream come true. I didn't question whether or not I belonged anymore. I knew I did. Now I'm still transforming, I'm still learning, but motorsport has taught me passion, vision. It's given me a mission and a purpose. And now I want to help others share their story, whether they're a Fast and the Furious degenerate car kid or a future champion. Motorsports changed my life, and it can change yours too. This is just the beginning. I'm chasing progress. We want to get better. We want to be a better race car driver. I want to build the car into a better race car, more reliable tool to help me on track. I want to grow the channel, Full Octane Creations. I want to build it on honesty, document the journey, and hopefully inspire some of you guys to take on your own journey. Share it with me and let's do this together. Now, one day I hope to do some actual wheel-to-wheel racing. Maybe in between then we'll do some endurance racing. I don't know. I can only dream. I was once a degenerate car kid, and now I am a full-on motorsports enthusiast. I didn't start here, I grew into it. This isn't about where I came from, it's about where we're going. Until next time, everybody, this is Full Octane Creations, where we give you guys that motorsport good. Peace out.